Hari Om, and welcome to all the Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. Let us start today's story time with a prayer. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, does anybody know the meaning of this prayer? Sahana Vavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu. Who knows? Anyone wants to share? What's the meaning of this prayer? Akshat, do you know?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, what does it mean?
I don't know, ma'am, that.
Oh, you know how to chant, but you don't know what it means, is it? Okay.
Yes,
Okay. You know what it means? Sahana Vavatu means let both the student and the teacher, let them both learn from this story. Okay. Sahana Bhunaktu. Let God bless both the servant and the teacher. Both the student and the teacher. I'm so sorry. Nice, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Sahaviryam karavavahai. Let both of us become energetic. Let both of us be energized. Let God bless us. Tejasvina vadhitamastu. Let us become energized. Ma vidvishavahai. Let us not have any difference of opinion. Let us understand each other properly. This is the prayer which every guru and shishya together they used to chant earlier. So we chanted it today. Okay? Okay, then what is the story for today? You know what? It is about, I will share the picture. You should tell me who this person is. I will just share you. Wait. Okay, you should only tell me properly who this great person is, and we will talk about that person today. Then all of you, if there is no noise in your house, you can be unmuted so that we can all learn together. Okay, who is this? Is this picture familiar? No? Not sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Nobody, even Pramukh also. Okay. This person's name, this Mahapurusha's name is Bahubali. Okay, Bahubali. Not that Bahubali picture that we saw recently. This is the original Bahubali. And his Mahabali means he was a great man. He was a great Purusha, Mahapurusha, Mahanubhava, Bahubali. Okay, so we shall talk about this Mahanubhava, Bahubali today. This is the place, this is the law. You see that big statue over there?
Yes. Yes.
That is the statue of this great enlightened master called Bahubali. Okay. And you know where this is? This is located in Karnataka only. This is located in Karnataka only, in a place called Shravanabelagola. Okay. And this statue is, as you can see, very, very big. And he's also called Kumhateshwara. In Kannada, we call him Kumhateshwara. Okay. And have you heard of Hasan district?
Yes.
Yeah. That is where this statue, this place called Shravanabelagola is near Hasan district. And is in Hasan district. Yes, Vibhav?
Ma'am, I have went to this place.
You have gone to see Kumhateshwara? Wonderful. So beautiful. And it's a very important pilgrimage center of the Jain community. No, there's a community, we got all sorts of people are there in India. And that is why India is called a subcontinent, no? all people who practice all sorts of religions are there. And so the Jain community people worship Kumhateshwara. They consider him, hey, he is an enlightened master. So we will we will talk about the story of this great enlightened master and why he is standing there like that. Okay. And his original name was Bahubali. And we also call him as Kumhateshwara in Karnataka. Okay. Then he is 57 feet tall. You know how tall is Akshar? What is your height here? Anybody knows your height? Any of the children here? Do you know your height? How tall you are?
I am 5 feet.
Who is 5 feet already?
I am Pramukh.
Pramukh is 5 feet. Oh, wow. Very good. Then this Bahubali. And this Bahubali is how many times more than you, Pramukh? How much taller he is? You say? 57.
To be rounded off, it should be 12. Otherwise, it should be 11.
What?
It is 11.5 to 12 times taller than me.
Yes, exactly. Wonderful. Perfectly you said. He is 10 to 11 times, 10 more than 11 times taller than you. Just imagine. 57 feet. And this was constructed or carved. This statue was carved in 987 CE. That is some 1,000 odd years ago. And then it was commissioned. Who took up this task of carving this beautiful figure? His name was Chaundaraya. Oh, I have put it Chanmunda. It is Chaundaraya. And he was the minister of the king Rachamalla of the Ganga dynasty. More about that later. Okay. And this statue is a monolith. What is the meaning of a monolith, people?
Carved from a single stone.
Yeah, Vibhav, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I also told that only.
So it is carved from a single block of granite. It is a monolith. And what does this statue represent? The man is standing so still, and if is close up, his face is so peaceful. It represents sense control. All the 5 senses are in complete control, and he represents renunciation. What is renunciation? Sacrifice. And it represents peace. So why is this statue so important for the Jain community, and what is the story behind Bahubali? Let us listen to this story now. Okay. See, this is the feet of this huge 57 feet tall. See, this man is just above the ankle of this beautiful statue. Okay, what happened is Rishabhanatha was a king. Okay, this is a Puranic story. Puranic story means what? You cannot give a timeline to it, right? Okay, like how Indra, Devendra, all the stories are there, like that. Rishabhanatha was the name of a king, and he was also later called Adinatha. These Jains have got Tirthankaras, enlightened they have got 24 Tirthankaras. They are avatara Purushas, right? And they are the enlightened people.
Ma'am, first one was Mahavira, no, ma'am?
No. Mahavira is not the first one. This Rishabhanatha, who was later called Adinatha, he was the first one. Okay. He was the first Tirthankara. That is why this Mahavira has got a timeline. He and Buddha were around like 500 years ago, right? But this is even older. Okay. So there is no, he is Adinatha. Adi means first. He is also called the Adinatha. So this Rishabhanatha was a wonderful king, and he had 2 queens, and he was the king of Ayodhya. We all know where Ayodhya is. He was the king of Ayodhya. And he had 2 queens, Yashaswati Devi and Sunanda Devi. Yashaswati Devi had a son whose name was Bharata. He had 100 sons. Queen Yashaswati Devi had 100 sons and only 1 girl. That her name was Sundari. And then Sunanda Devi had Bahubali. Son was Bahubali, and the girl was called Brahmi. So this Rishabhanatha had all these children, 100 plus 2 daughters 101 sons and 2 daughters. Okay. Then what happened? He was a very good king. He was the king of Ayodhya, and his sons were also beautiful, great warriors, great. They were also very, very accomplished. This Bharata, the elder, he was the crown prince, right? Because he was the elder, and he had the signs of a great Chakravarti. He had all the signs that he was brave, he was kind, he was compassionate, he was very powerful, he was good in archery, he was good in horse riding, everything. He was good in everything. And the Bahubali also was an excellent wrestler, kusti, and he was also a great warrior. So both the princes were excellent, well trained in all the warfare. And Rishabhanatha, after some time, he took sannyasa. What happens when your children are old enough? That is what in the Sanatana Dharma, in Hindu Dharma, it says, after your children have grown up and you have finished your duties, you have to leave everything to your children, and you should retire to the forest and think about only God. So that's what Rishabhanatha did. He took up sannyasa, and then he crowned Bharata the king of Ayodhya. He was the crown prince. And then Bahubali was also given a kingdom. It was called as Paudanapura. Okay, so far so good. All is well. Then what happened? One day, this Bharata was a very, very beloved king. He was loved by all his people. They loved him. He was very good, as explained earlier. He was a great Chakravarti. And one day, when he was in his darbar, Asthana, he got 3 good news or 3 good omens. One thing was, Adinatha had attained Kaivalya. Adinatha means his father, who had taken sannyasa and he was meditating in the forest. He was enlightened. He was blessed with enlightenment. Okay, that was the first good news he got. So what was the second good news? Bharata's heir was born. That Bharata also had a boy. A son was born to Bharata, who would succeed him after he would become the future king of Ayodhya. A child was born in the royal family. Then the next good news was Divyastras had appeared in the king's armory. The king has got a huge armory where all the weapons are kept. And because those were very pure times, not like now Kali Yuga, where you have to manufacture everything, there it just appeared in the armory like that. Divyastras, like how we have we know of Sudarshana Chakra and Brahmastra and all that. Like that, some Divyastras had appeared in the Bharata's armory, which means the gods had blessed this king, that he is going to be a Chakravarti. He was a king now of Ayodhya. He will become a Chakravarti, which means he'll become the king of the entire Bharata Khanda. He will conquer all the territories and he will rule Bharata Khanda. That was the indication of this Divyastras appearing in the armory. So one Divyastra, one special weapon was Chakraratna. You know what Chakraratna does? It goes in front, wherever the king goes with the army, it goes in front of him. Like a guard, it goes in front of the king, it leads the army to battle. So it's always with the king. And then another Divyastra was Chhatraratna. You know what this Chhatraratna does? It used to combat bad weather, whether it's floods or tsunami or whatever it is, winds or whatever, winds. The Chhatraratna will make sure that the king and the army are not troubled and they can go for combat. And then another, this thing was Charmaratna. This Charmaratna, it helped the king to cross oceans, seas and oceans without any problem. It used to take care that nothing came in the way of the army going across. And then Dandaratna. The Dandaratna was one which could cut across any hill or mountain or rock and make way for the king's army. All these Divyastras, divine weapons, appeared in the armory of this Chakravarti, this Bharata. Then Kaikini Ratna. Kaikini Ratna is in the utter darkness, it could light up the place and show the way for the army. Ashwaratna, Gajaratna, so many of these Divyastras appeared in this fellow's Bharata's armory. And so you know what was next? Then he said, I have to go on a Digvijaya Yatra. Now the gods have given me the signal. I have to go and conquer the entire Bharatakhanda. He said, Digvijaya. Dig means direction. Vijaya means, victory. I want to have victory over all the directions. So he left. He left with all his beautiful army and the weapon, and he went for his yatra. Then, of course, because he was so powerful, he could conquer all the kings surrendered to him. And they said, we will be under you. We will serve you. We will take care of our kingdoms as if we are your, we are appointed by you. We will take care of it. And then Bharata came across a big hill where all the kings used to write their history. I have done this, I have done this. They would give their, glory. They would write their own glory. I am so accomplished, and all they would write. So this Bharat also said, this Vrishabhachala hill should have my name also. Then he said, I am going to write my name on Vrishabhachala's hill. So what does it mean, children, when you have that intention of, talking about yourself, what does it indicate on the part of the person who wants to boast about himself?
Overconfidence.
Pride, overconfidence. I have done this, I have achieved that. That ego was there. So even though he was very powerful, that ego is the last one that anyone can conquer, isn't it? So Vrishabhachala hill, he said, but it was very rocky and it was very difficult to. So he used the Dandaratna to cut across and then go up. He made a ladder like he steps. The Dandaratna helped him make steps, and he went up and he asked his people to write his glory on the Vrishabhachala hill. Then what happened? Then done, victory march back to his kingdom, Ayodhya. So all the Praja, the citizens of Ayodhya, were waiting with great joy to receive their king, because he was so powerful, he was so popular, he had conquered the world, and they were waiting for him. And then you know what happened? The Chakratratna, which was going in front of the king all the while, it stopped at the outskirts of the city of Ayodhya. It didn't allow the king to enter the city. What was happening? The king was shocked, and people were shocked. Army was shocked. Then the king's ministers came running, and the Purohits, they came running, and they all pondered what was happening, why the Chakraratna had stopped. And then one Raja Purohita, he said, King, it looks like you are not really a Chakravarti yet, because you have not yet conquered your brother's territories. You have got 99 brothers plus one brother Bahubali. Their territories you have not touched. All the other kings you occupied, but they are still there. So you cannot be a Chakravarti yet. So what will Bharata do? Will he go and what do you think he did, Bharata? His own brothers, will he go and wage a war against them? Will he do that? No, he should not do. He will not do that, or he should not do that. What is your opinion?
He will not do that.
He will not do that.
He will not do that. I'm sorry to say that's exactly what he did. Because remember, he was full of ego, isn't it? He said, I want to be a Chakravarti, had entered his head, isn't it? So he sent a message to all his brothers, including Bahubali, lay down your arms or else you fight me. Okay, lay down your arms, surrender to me, or else you have to fight me. The 99 brothers of Bahubali, they said they were disgusted with this elder brother. They said, take our kingdoms. See, remember, they were all sons of a great meditator, Adinatha, no? Their father was a great enlightened master. So the children were also elevated beings. They said, you take our kingdoms. We don't want to be under a king who is so heartless and ambitious. They were disgusted with this elder brother, quarreling with me for my, like a idiot. And it is not his, no? That is what Bahubali said. This kingdom is my father's gift to us. Why should I surrender? Bahubali said, I will fight. You want to fight? Okay, come, let me fight. So, very nice family, because of kingdom, because of land, because of territory, started fighting. The brothers started fighting because of all this. You know what happened next? But the ministers of both the Bahubalis and Bharata's ministers, they were worried. They knew both the brothers were extremely competent. They were super duper warriors. And if they start fighting, this is a never ending war. Nobody is going to win, because both armies were very powerful. Both were excellent warriors. So they consulted among each other and they said, let us not kill innocent people. Your soldiers, their soldiers, why should they die unnecessarily? This is actually it's an ego war. Don't do that. So they went and requested Bharata and Bahubali, please don't, you just fight among yourself. It's called a dharma yuddha. When two great warriors fight one on one, it is called a dharma yuddha. They said, don't have the armies fight, you just fight among each other. Then both of them agreed, because basically they were excellent. They were all very elevated human beings, basically. They said, yes, why should we kill other innocent people, soldiers? Let us not do that, and let us do dharma yuddha. So this dharma yuddha was very interesting. The first yuddha was a staring match. Have you played that with your friends? So both of them have to face each other eye to eye. They have to look at each other in the eyes and stare at each other. The one who blinks first loses. Okay. So who do you think won the staring match? Bharata. Bahubali won the staring match. Bharata lost the staring match. Next, what happened? This was, you have to get into the river or sea and splash. It sounds like a game, but it can be very violent. Splashing water on, who can splash water on each other? And the one who gets tired first loses. Again, this went on for several days, this splashing of water, dharma yuddha went on. And again, who won this match? Bahubali. Again, he won the match. And the third one was wrestling. In wrestling, though, already Bahubali was a great wrestler. So, despite Bharata also was a great wrestler. And again, this match went on and on and on for days. And finally, it was Bharata who lost. Okay, when Bharata lost, already 2 matches he had lost, and his ego had taken a nice beating. He was already getting extremely angry, extremely ashamed that he was losing his image in front of the eyes of his people. He thought he was a Chakravarti, but his brother was defeating him in everything. He was he was blinded by anger. And you know what he said? He gave the command to Chakraratna, go kill Bahubali. By this time, Bahubali had won the wrestling match, and Bharata was under his feet already. It means Bharata had lost. But then he was so angry that he commanded Chakraratna to kill Bahubali. Then what happened? Can you tell me what happened? Did Chakraratna kill Bahubali?
No, it stopped.
No.
It stopped.
Correct. Chakraratna, it went around Bahubali and stopped on his right hand side. So that was another miracle that happened. When this happened, everyone was shocked. Everyone accepted that Bahubali is indeed a great warrior, and he has to be Chakravarti, not this Bharata. So Bharata also, first of all, he was defeated. Second, he was angry and he gave the command for Chakraratna. The moment he gave the command, he was so ashamed. He said, I should not have done this. Immediately he regretted. He felt guilty, he regretted. And the moment the Chakraratna also showed its respect to Bahubali, he surrendered to Bahubali and begged you for forgiveness. Please forgive me. It was my mistake. I have sinned. I was ready to kill my own brother for the kingdom. I renounce everything. Next dialogue. Who said this dialogue? Bahubali or Bharata?
Bharata.
No, it was Bahubali.
Bahubali.
It was Bahubali who said this. When he saw his own Bharata, elder brother, surrendering to him and falling at his feet and begging for his mercy, Bahubali also lost all the anger that he had. And he said, Arey Bapre, what am I doing? My elder brother is falling at my feet. And I was ready to fight with him. He also felt ashamed. Both the brothers are feeling ashamed of their own behavior. And so Bahubali said, forgive me, my dear brother Bharata. I have sinned. And I was ready to kill you. For the kingdom. For what? For nothing. For the kingdom. For some stupid land. I was ready to kill my own brother. Then immediately a great transformation happened. And he said, I renounce everything. I don't want the kingdom. I don't want anything. I'll go and meditate. See, all of you, all the brothers, all the children, they were sons of an enlightened master. Enlightened, their father was a great soul. So they also had the same, inner core. Their inner attitude was the same thing actually. And so what this Bahubali did, he just left and he undertook severe penance. Severe penance means what? No water, no food, no sleep, no clothes, nothing, completely naked, open to the elements of the rain, shine, sun, everything. He just left. This is called as renunciation. Everything, completely. Give up everything and go. And the way he's standing still. This posture is called the Kayotsarga. That means without food, sleep, or water, you just stand still. That is the meditation he did for years and years and years. Imagine what kind of control one should have to do this kind of severe meditation and penance. Yet, after years of this very, very tough, and when he was standing like this, what happened? Anthills grew around him. What happens if you throw a stone in your garden also, after some time, if you don't take care of it, plants and weeds will grow all around it. Anthills will come. All sorts of insects and creepy crawlies will, go on. Same thing happened with Bahubali also. Creepers, grew on him and his hair all become matted, jate, you call it in Kannada. All the hair grew knots and all that. After the severe penance also, Bahubali did not attain enlightenment or Kaivalya it is called. He did not attain that. And this Bharata and the other two daughters who were all watching this, and they were praying that why their dear brother left everything and renounced everything and went and started meditating, he should get his heart's desire, which is the enlightenment. And when he didn't still get it, they were worried. They were worried and they went and consulted their father Adinatha. Why our dear brother Bahubali is not getting enlightened? So Adinatha said, he still has got his ego intact. As long as there is even a trace of ego in you, you will not get enlightened. So what was that little ego? See here, according to us, he had left everything and gone. No. What else was the ego he was carrying? What do you think, children? What other ego he could have? What other problem was bothering him? He had left everything and gone. Now, what else you can leave? Any this thing? Thoughts on that? What else he had to leave? What he had to leave was, he had the feeling that I am meditating on the land of my brother, which I have renounced. This was the one feeling which was bothering Bahubali. Where am I standing? I am standing on the land of my brother. That was the feeling he was carrying in his head because he had surrendered everything to him. Then Bharata went and told him, whispered in his ear, this land belongs to you. You had won it from me and, you gave it back. You renounced it. It belongs to you only, Bharata told him. And then one more thing Bharata told him is that Mother Earth belongs to no one, neither to you nor to me. It's a gift. Mother Earth is a gift to all of us. It doesn't belong to anyone. See how Bharata, without renouncing anything, he had got so much humility in him. But this Bahubali needed this to be told to him by his own brother. Then after that, after Bharata told him this in his ear, what happened? Immediately, Bahubali became very calm and he understood what was being told, and then he got the Kaivalya Siddhi. Then after more years of meditation, he got Kaivalya. He realized God. And then, see, in India, the tradition is when somebody becomes enlightened or liberated, when somebody becomes a jnani, the whole, everybody rejoices. Everybody, celebrates this. So that's what happened. And Bharata made a jade statue of Bahubali in his kingdom, Paudanapura. So that is the story of Bahubali, who is also called Kumhateshwara. But how did this Kumhateshwara statue come to be carved in Shravanabelagola? That is the little small interesting story is there about this. Who built the Kumhateshwara statue at Shravanabelagola in Karnataka? Okay. So as we saw earlier, there was a king called Rachamalla, and he was from the Western Ganga dynasty. So many dynasties, I'm sure you're reading in your history books. This king was of the Ganga dynasty, and his minister was Chavundaraya. And this Chavundaraya had a dream one day. In his dream, what happened? Devi, the divine mother, came and told him, shoot a golden arrow at the tip of Indragiri hill. There was a hill near their kingdom, and this was a vision he got in the shoot at golden arrow. So in his dream only he shot a golden arrow at the tip of the Indragiri hill. And then what happened? The Indragiri hill, it split open, and a jade idol of Bahubali vision, it was given to Chavundaraya. And so when he woke up, he said, this is an order from the Devi herself. I have to go to Indragiri hill and have to carve this, I have to establish a statue of that divine vision I had has to come true, he thought. And so this Indragiri hill was a totally rocky hill. Like, there's one rocky hill called Ragi Gudda here in 9 block Jayanagar. Like that, this Indragiri hill also was a rocky hill. But Chavundaraya was very, very determined. He said, no, I have to carve this Bahubali's, statue there. And hundreds of sculptors worked on the statue. They came from all parts of India, and they took years to complete this. Remember, it was 57 feet tall. It is, not was, it is, even now. Even 1,000 years later, it is standing right there. You can go and visit the place. And Chavundaraya was very, very happy. And just happy is not enough. He was very proud of his accomplishment. Wow, look at, see, we also feel happy, when we do something nice. We also, one little thought will come, well done, and I will pat my own back, isn't it? Like that, Chavundaraya did the same thing. He did, no doubt accomplished a great, fantastic feat over there by doing this, but he was very proud. And then what happened? This event happens in Shravanabelagola or every 13 years. What is this called? Maha Abhisheka. Mastaka means head. Abhisheka means, you know what is Abhisheka. Pouring of the 5 types of fluids. What are they? What is the Panchamrita made of?
Milk, curd, ghee, honey,
and
banana.
Banana we just add later. Sugar, right? Sugar. So this Chavundaraya started the habit of doing Maha Abhisheka to this 57 feet tall Murti, idol of Bahubali. Okay. So the first time he did it, they started pouring milk on the head of the statue. What happened? The milk did not go beyond this one. It did not go beyond the waist at all. That was a very strange thing which happened. The milk did not flow. What happened to my presentations? Yeah, milk did not flow below the waist. Everyone was worried. What is that? They poured buckets and buckets and buckets of liters and liters of milk, but the milk stopped at the way. Is it possible, children? Is it possible for any, even if it one drop, it should go down, isn't it? It's not
Yes,
that it
ma'am.
dried up. It was very strange that this happened. And then what happened? A old woman came limping with a small bowl of milk, and she begged the king, this Chaundaraya, please, sir, can I also do some Abhisheka to the Lord? Chaundaraya laughed. Here we are pouring liters and liters of milk. It is not even going below the waist. And this woman with a small katori, she's coming and asking. But he said, okay, okay, do it. Then, miracle of miracles, that little, pot of milk, it flowed all the way from the top of the head to the foot of the 57 foot inch long, foot long statue. Meaning what? Again, it was to point out to Chaundaraya that you are very egoistic. You have to drop your ego. Otherwise, even God will not accept your Abhisheka also. That was a miracle that was witnessed over there. And this humble old woman, she was able to do it because she had no ego. She just had only bhakti. She had only pure devotion. She wanted to offer the milk to God. So that was the message of this beautiful story. That is the story of Bahubali, who is also called Kumhateshwara. Liked it? Done.
Yes, Ji.
Yes,
We
Ji.
loved
Ah,
it.
yeah. What did you learn from this? You tell me now. Each of you, one thing you tell, and we can close for the day. What did you like about this story?
Ji, we should not have pride.
We have to not have ego.
Don't have pride, don't have ego. Yes, Pancham, Jigisha?
Ma'am, we should not have ego and we should work on
We should be free on all thoughts.
be free of mind and we should work what we think.
Very good. Correct. That's what it is. What else? Brother. Vibhav?
Ma'am, we should be out of pride if we do anything.
Anything, even that, even when you're worshipping God, so definitely you should not have. When you're doing anything, you should not have ego. Excellent point, Vibhav. Excellent. So this is the story of Bahubali.
We should not fight with our own brothers.
Exactly. With your own brother, you want to fight for something. That is also a beautiful message. Yeah.
We should not fight with anyone. We are all one and we are all the same. We are people and we are humans, and also we should have pure devotion while worshipping God. Otherwise, at the end, what happened at the story, it will happen like that too.
Correct. All beautiful points. And one more message is, Mother Earth does not belong to anyone. Not even the king who thinks he has conquered it, isn't it? Mother Earth is for everyone. How can you claim this is, I have conquered this? Did you create it? Mother Earth was always there, no? So that is also a message of this story. Okay? Done. Shall we close for the day?
Yes, Ji.
Okay. Let us close with the prayer. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Guru Charanarpanamastu.